students, today we are going to discuss part 6 of the chapter Deep Water by William O. Douglas. As I have repeated it many times, what the Deep Water chapter story is taken out from Of Man and Mountains by William O. Douglas. Actually, Of Man and Mountains is an autobiography by William O. Douglas. So this chapter is what? Journey from fear to conquer. मीन्स फियर्स, एक फियर है, किसी को एक फियर है और उसने कैसी अपनी जर्नी कंप्लीट की फ्रॉम फियर टू कॉन्कर. हाउ डिड ही कॉन्कर हिज फियर, कैसे उसने अपने फियर को कॉन्कर किया. सो एट लास्ट वी वुड कम टू नो ऑल वी हैव टू फियर इज फियर इटसेल्फ, कि हमारा डर जो है हमारे मन में होता है. मीन्स अंटिल यू फेस फियर यू हैव द फियर. One message I have given you, what डर के आगे जीत है, Mountain Dew. It's not an advertisement of Mountain Dew. You can use any what thumbs up. डर के आगे जीते thumbs up. डर के आगे जीते Mountain Dew, whatever. But in English we can use one sentence over here. One proverb, famous saying is that what? Where there is will, there is way. Where there is will, जहाँ चाहा वहाँ रहा. So William Douglas met two incidents in his life. We have already discussed one incident when he was 3 or 4 years old. Held in California beach. Happened in California beach. And second incident happened when he was 10 or 11 years old at YMCA, a swimming pool. Okay. So these two incidents made fear, stark terror in William Douglas. William Douglas के दिमाग में stark terror है, severe terror that hold him, that took complete possession of William Douglas. Terror that seized his heart, पूरा उसको completely possession में ले लिया. वो डर ने, कौन सा? Second time. So these two incidents made an aversion with water. William Douglas के दिमाग में पानी से जो dislike है, fear है, just because of these two incidents. Yes, suppose in case a small boy means fell down from some height, twice he fell down from some height. So finally what would happen if we will not train his fear, if we will not make him comfortable, if we will not guide him properly, that fear of the height would remain with him forever. Have you heard many times कि कुछ लोगों को डर होता है पानी से, कुछ लोगों को height से डर लगता है. Some persons have a fear with what? Flights, aeroplanes से डर लगता है. Many persons have fear. Even in your life you have gone through that. Some students have fear with the exam phobia. Before exam what happened to them? क्या हो जाता है? They start vomiting, what? They feel sweating and all. During exam also it happened. So what is it? So because those fears are not tackled properly. So here up to now what we have studied, हमने क्या पढ़ा? Did William Douglas at the age of 10 or 11 years old reach swimming pool. वो swimming pool पहुंच जाता है, okay, to learn swimming. And over there he was on that day he was waiting for other boys to come. But suddenly a boy, preacher, seemed bully, okay, threw him into the deep end of the swimming pool. And he was going down. Then he made the strategy to jump up with all force and he would come up to the surface. He tried all his level best, he put all his efforts, but still William Douglas could not come out. Okay, and then he left in oblivion. He became unconscious. Then finally we have come to know that when he regained his consciousness, जब उसको होश आता है, किसको? William O. Douglas को, child William Douglas, when he regained consciousness, he found himself vomiting on the edge of the pool, okay, and he was lying on his stomach. We have come to know. Then he reached his home, okay, his body was shivering. हमने यहाँ तक complete किया. Now we will see that how that fear disturbed his life, destroyed his all fishing trips. We will see from here, okay. So let's start from here. Several hours later, कुछ घंटों के बाद में, when that incident, 10 or 11 years old incident happened, several hours later, कुछ घंटों बाद में, after some hours, I walked home. I was weak. Why weak? Due to fear? he felt weakness and trembling. He was shaking. He was shaking with fear. I shook and cried. Means he nearly passed. He nearly passed with that. वो बिल्कुल अभी बचा है that से. And when I lay on my bed, I could not eat that night. For days a haunting fear sieged me. कई दिनों तक that fear means followed him for many days. Why? Because whenever he thought that, वो जब भी उस इंसिडेंट के बारे में सोचता, that incident made him terrified, उसको डरा देता. Okay, the slightest exertion upset me. Means his whole body is, he was feeling upset. Okay, he was physically upset. Little bit work made him what? Made him upset, making me wobbly in the knees. He was not able to move his legs properly. Okay, little bit exertion, little bit work made him weak. His knees were shaking. वो weakness feel करता, wobbly in the knees and sick to my stomach. For many days he did vomiting. I never went back to the pool. I feared water. I avoided it whenever I could. So William Douglas was sharing here experience. What? That he never tried to go near swimming pool. Why? Because that fear hold him. उस fear ने उसको hold कर लिया. Why? Because I have already cleared it. Childhood fear. And that was seizing him. देखो आपको उसको seize कर रहा है. And nobody was there and he had not shared it with anyone. That fear was settling in his mind and would grab his heart finally. I feared water. I avoided it whenever I could. Means whenever he tried to go, he said no, because that incident and two incidents had seized him completely. A few years later, after some years, he grew up. Finally, with that fear, he was growing up. वो बड़ा हो रहा है. And when I came to know, he grew up, and then after some years, he came to know about the Cascades with his friends. He would like to go and enjoy the waterfalls. उसका मन हुआ चलो अब चलते हैं. Okay, so he tried. He would like to collect some confidence. उसने सोचा let's move. Now we will see what happened over there. I wanted to get into them. He would like to go to enjoy waterfalls. Waterfalls को enjoy करने का उसका मन हुआ. And whenever I did, now he is sharing. Whenever he tried to go inside any river, any pool, any lake, the fear haunted him. Fear उसको follow करता like a ghost. भूत की तरह उसका पीछा कर रहा है. Whether I was wading the Titan, name of the river. Now we would see what? Titan, bumping river. Okay. Titan, then bumping river, New Hampshire. Okay, different rivers. And wherever he went, he's telling, wherever he went, these are just a few names. You will see many names over here. Okay, some names over here. So I was wading the Titan wherever he went. If he means what, go and walk to enjoy the Titan river, or bumping river, or bathing in the warm lake of the Got Rocks. He reached to Got Rocks. He would like to see कि क्या मेरा fear आएगा Got Rocks में. The terror that had sieged me in the pool. The terror that had sieged me in the swimming pool. That came back. वो आता, returned. वो बार बार आता. It would take possession of me completely. Suddenly means what? I started to feel, मुझे feel होने लगा that I am a handicapped person, कि मैं handicap हो गया हूँ. Why? Because one drawback is with me. What? That I have aquaphobia, कि मुझे aquaphobia हो गया है. Take possession of me completely. My legs would become paralyzed. His seeing the water, his legs, his body stopped, paused, and body parts did not move. His legs completely became paralyzed over there. I see horror. So why I have used I see horror word over here? I see horror. Why I see horror? The fear that is not ready to melt. ऐसा fear that is not ready to melt, वो नहीं melt होगा. I see layer of fear, and that is frozen. वो frozen हो चुका है, okay, freeze. This handicap, I see horror, okay, grab. This handicap stayed with me as the years rolled by, and with the years, this handicap stayed with him. This what echophobia stayed with him, and I have already cleared you, when childhood fear is not treated properly, it make deep inroads in us. वो आपके साथ में continue करता है, and it would grab your heart, mind and all. So same thing as the years rolled by, the fear, more fear was in his mind. He was adjusted and he has adopted that fear. In Canons on Man Legs, now he was telling you more experience that when he tried to go for boating, small boats को हम canons कहते हैं, when he tried to go for boating in the region of Main Lakes, okay, when he tried to catch the salmon fish, a variety of the fish, bass fishing in the New Hampshire lake, वहाँ पे उसने कोशिश की bass fishing, wherever he tried or what kind of the variety of the fish, means whatever the variety, चाहे कोई सी भी मछली पकड़नी हो, variety of the fish, okay, trout, salmon and bass, and different rivers, lakes, wherever he tried. Trout fishing on the Deschutes and Matulus, these two rivers in Oregon state in USA. Wherever he tried, fishing for salmon on the Columbia region, and Bumping Lake in the Cascades, means he was telling you that many rivers I tried, lakes he tried to shed the fear. Wherever I went, the haunting fear, वो डर, haunting means moving fear, haunt कर रहा उसको पीछे पीछे like a ghost. Haunting fear of water followed me. It disturbed me completely. It ruined, it destroyed all my fishing trips, deprived me of the joy of canoeing, boating, swimming, fishing, everything. Now William Douglas felt that he was a handicap. उसको फील होने लगा कि वो बिल्कुल handicap है. Why? Because he had some drawback. What? That he could not enjoy the water activities. Now students, some persons, those who are residents of seaside, okay, riverside, seaside, definitely they would enjoy the river entertainment. But William Douglas, he could not enjoy. आप अगर यहाँ राजस्थान के हैं, so you will definitely go for sand dunes and enjoying desert and all, safari and all. But over there, people would like to go near pools, lakes, water activities. But William Douglas could not enjoy. He has to kill all his wish, desire. उसको सब कुछ kill करना पड़ता. Why? Because fear haunted him. Now one day he decided that he would not live with this fear. It is the important thing to decide, to determine. आप पहले decide करिए, wish करिए, okay. Then you will put your dedication. So he has decided that he would not live with that fear, and he then put all his dedication, hard efforts and sheer determination, consistency to shed the fear. Now we will see journey of his what? Journey of how he conquered his fear of water. I used every way. He was telling you that he used every way I knew to overcome this fear. But it held me firmly in its grip. But the fear was not ready to shed. वो जाने को तैयार नहीं था. Finally, one October, I decided to get an instructor. Then he decided that he had to shed his fear and he would not live in the fear. उसने decide किया that I will achieve some target. आप decide करिए achieve करने को, then you will achieve. तो उसने decide किया no, I will not live with this fear and get an instructor and learn to swim. I went to the pool. Then he went to pool, requested an instructor, shared his experience and practiced 5 days a week. For 5 days, okay, in a week he gave 5 days. An hour each day, every day an hour. Instructor put a belt around him. Instructor knew the fear, so instructor put a belt around him. सबसे पहले उसकी body पे क्या लगाया? एक belt. A rope attached to the belt. Then belt was attached to the rope. एक rope बांधी गई. Why? Because one end of the rope was attached to the William Douglas belt. Okay, and the other end of the rope would be in hand of instructor. Why? Because whenever William Douglas would go inside or under the water, what would happen? That the fear returned. Fear आएगा definitely. So instructor would pulled him. He would made him relax. He would make him relax. So a rope attached to the belt went through a pulley. Okay, that went through a pulley. A support. for the movement, okay, pulley that ran on an overhead cable. He held on to the end of the rope. So end of the rope was in the hand of the instructor, and we went back and forth, then we went back, then forth, आगे जाना पीछे आना, इस तरीके का process, back and forth across the pool, hour after hour, day after day, week after week. See, William Douglas is telling you that it was not easy to shed the fear, and it was not easy for the person who met 2 incidents in his life to learn swimming. उसके लिए easy नहीं था. तो बता रहा है that he took many weeks to go. He took many weeks to make his body comfortable into the swimming pool. On each trip across, whenever he went under the pool, across the pool, a bit of panic, a bit of a part of fear seized him. Each time the instructor relaxed his hold on the rope. Whenever instructor relaxed to go underwater, I went under some of the old terror. The terror returned back and my legs froze, and then William Douglas felt that terror did not allow him to move. William Douglas felt that he became paralyzed. It was 3 months before the tension began to slack. He took 3 months to relax the tension. Usko 3 months laga to feel himself comfortable, in the water, okay. Then he taught me to put my face underwater. Then William Douglas was taught how to put his face into the water, exhale, inhale. So see, first of all, William Douglas was taught to go in under the water, then exhale, inhale, okay. Our instructor ने उसको क्या लगा रखा, उसके belt and rope was attached to his body, okay. Then he taught me to put my face underwater and exhale, and to raise my nose और फिर नाक ऊपर करना and inhale, सांस लेना. I repeated the exercise hundreds of times, and he repeated the exercise hundreds of times. He repeated that exercise hundreds of times. कितनी बार repeat किया? 100 times उस exercise को repeat किया. Do you know why? Because he was not confident enough. Okay, bit by bit. Why bit by bit? Means instructor was taking every step in teaching him every step in a part. उसको धीरे धीरे सिखा रहा है. I shed part of the panic, and with the steps he was also shedding fear. Not in a movement. एक moment में उसका डर नहीं गया. In parts. Okay, that seized me when my head went underwater. Whenever his head went underwater, the fear returned, but he was shedding that fear in parts. Next, he held me at the side of the pool. Next, what did instructor do? So we are reading how instructor was making him swimmer. Next, he held me at the side of the pool to means what? Adjust body at the side of the pool, and had me kick with my legs. Next, he taught me how to kick with the legs. कैसे पैरों को मारना है पानी में, to kick with the legs. 4 weeks I did just it. Why? Because his legs at first did not allow him to move. So I did just it. At first my legs refused to work, but they gradually relaxed, and with the passage of time and with the practice, sheer determination, legs ready to support him. And finally I could command them, and finally his legs follow the instructor of William O. Douglas. Thus piece by piece. Piece by piece means instructor taught him in steps. He built a swimmer. He was a swimmer, and when he had perfected each piece, when instructor was confident enough that he has taught him and each step was perfected, then all the steps were taken in a whole. He put them together into an integrated whole, and in April, see now students, and in April he started in October, November, December, January, February, March, 6 months. He took 6 months to learn swimming. In April, he said, now you can swim. Instructor now was fully confident that William Douglas could swim, so he told him, just jump, dive off and swim the length of the pool. Gravel stroke to swim fast. You can now swim. Instructor was, I did. William Douglas swam the length of the swimming pool. Instructor was finished. Instructor's duty was finished because his duty was to taught him how to swim, but I was not finished. Now we will see one one new journey from here. Why? Because William Douglas was taught how to swim. William Douglas now became a swimmer, but what he wanted और क्या चाहिए था, what did he want और क्या चाहिए था, he wished to conquer his fear. उसको अपने डर को जीतना है. Now tomorrow we will see that where did he try to shed his fear, how did he try, and where he went to shed his fear, we will see tomorrow. Up to now, please go through that how he reached up to here, how he became a swimmer. Okay, and finally we will come to know tomorrow that how he conquered his fear of water. Thank you. Have a nice day.